Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'll be showing you a few shrubs I picked up from Lowe's. I went to Lowe's the other day and they still had some great looking plants even after the freeze. So I'm in my screened in porch. I brought them in because we have been going down really cold at nights, even though the daytime is still nice in, the 50s and the 60s. Sometimes it's still going down to the 30s and the 20s at night. So I brought them inside. Now, one of them got fried because I forgot it outside, but I'll go into a little more detail about that. So let's see what I found. Okay, first up is a bloomstruck hydrangea. This guy here is, I think, usually $28. Let's see. Yeah, $28.98 in a 2-gallon. And Lowe's still has a lot of these on in the store. And I got these two on clearance, so they ended up being half off. Now it is fried, and this is my fault. When I bought it from Lowe's, it looked nice, and I forgot to bring it inside, and it got fried. But again, I'm not worried about it. The plant is supposed to go to sleep anyway. Yes, it got forced to sleep. I'm hoping that the buds aren't damaged for next year because they do bloom on old wood. And with that, it can come, the buds can get damaged when things are really, really cold. But I do have a couple of them, not a couple, I have many of the Bloomstruck and the Pop Star and the Summer Crush already in the yard. And they have already gone to sleep because they're completely outside. And this one just happened to be outside one night. So I'm really hoping that one night wasn't enough to damage the plant and to make it not want to flower next year. This Bloomstruck here is by Endless Summer. It is hardy from zones 4 to 9, and it's a macrophylla, which means it's a big leaf. And this guy here needs morning sun and afternoon shade. So it's looking rough. So I don't know. I'm really hoping that I didn't really damage it by forgetting it out there. But even if it doesn't bloom next year, the plant is not dead. It will bloom the other year if it's completely damaged. If the buds were actually damaged from that 22 degrees, then that's another story. But I just wanted to show you there's two of them. So here's one right here and another right there, right here. Next, we have some azaleas. You guys know I love azaleas, and I have many azaleas in the yard. But again, this was on clearance. This one is the Encore Azalea. This is the Autumn Majesty. Now I have Autumn Royalty, I have Autumn Bonfire, I have Autumn Fire, Autumn Carnation, Autumn Embers, and Autumn Lily, and Autumn... There's another autumn I have. I have one more autumn in my yard. Autumn Ivory. No. And I also have Autumn Moonstruck or Moonlight, one of those. And this is a 2-gallon for $24.98, which means it will be half off. And this is the beautiful light purple color that it has. And of course, you see the Lowe's marker right there on the barcode. This is Encore Azalea again. And they do really, really well in my clay yard. So long as I amend the soil, they give me really, really good flowers. And of course, as you know, the Encore Azaleas, they bloom 3 times a year. I find that the spring and the fall are the more prolific flowering times. Even though it does bloom in the summer, I find that we do get really, really hot here. So sometimes, even though they can take more sun than the old-fashioned or the regular azaleas, they do need a little bit of a help during the Georgia heat. And maybe they kind of shut down a little bit unless you keep them really, really nice and watered. But then that's another story because you don't want the azaleas to stay too wet because they don't like that. But I've found in my personal experience that the spring and the fall ones bloom a little bit more prolific. Again, this is the beautiful Autumn Majesty by the Encore Azalea series. And this one grows 3 feet by 3.5 feet. This is a dark purple semi-double heavy petaled blooms that measures 2 inches across, guys. And it is hardy from zone 6A to 10. And I got 3 of these. These are looking really, really nice. Some of the azaleas, their winter foliage looks nicer than others. Now, this is my first go around with Majesty, so I don't know if it's because it's in a container, but it doesn't look that bad. You know, I can say that the autumn carnation, that foliage looks really, really nice in the winter, and then other types don't look as great, but they still say evergreen, and they don't drop their leaves. But again, this is the beautiful Autumn Majesty. In keeping with the azalea theme, I found this one too. Now, this one did not have a tag, but I believe it is Autumn Lily, because this is what my autumn lily looks like right now, and I feel like it is. Now, the tag wasn't on there, and they had written it right here. It just says clearance, and it was $24.98. I don't know what type of azalea it is, but I can bet some money that it's the autumn lily. And the autumn lily is my favorite one because it's the one where it has those white blooms, and then it has like a streak of purple on it, or a streak of darky pinky purple. And then sometimes, and I noticed this last year, and I might have done a video about it, where the plant had like a solid purple, and then another one, half of the petal was purple and half was white. It was really, really interesting. It's you know how they have autumn twist, and twist is the one that has all kinds of stuff going on. This one is not twist. Most of the blooms will be a white flower with a purple or pinky streak, but last year it looked really, really nice. And I'm going to keep an eye on this and update you to let you know exactly which one this is. Now, this one is stretching a little bit out of the pot. That happens a lot. Not sure if it's going to grow this fast while it's in the ground, because the ones that I've had in the ground for 2 years, they don't grow that fast, but they do give me the blooms. And just like Majesty, they bloom 3 times a year. Now look at the difference with the Majesty. See how that darky green foliage versus the what I think is Autumn Lily is more of a lighter green. Let me know if you have either the Autumn Lily or the Autumn Majesty, and especially Autumn Majesty, because I really want to know how it does. I have Royalty, and Royalty is really nice, and I guess Majesty and Royalty are kind of the same kind of thing, except that one might be bigger than the other. Finally, guys, I have this beauty here. Now, it might, I'm saying beauty, might not look like much, but at this price, I will buy this plant even in this condition. This is Limelight Hydrangea. Now, I don't really gear towards Limelight because it's too expensive. It's never on sale. And also, with a lot of these hydrangeas that are white blooming, they will start out really nice, and then they'll get hit by the Georgia sun, and then they'll turn brown, and you won't get a chance to really see the beauty of the Limelight like how the folks in the north seem to be able to do. But I was so surprised. I went to the clearance section the other day, and there were 5, and I got all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Limelight hydrangeas, guy. Now, they got zapped by the terrible cold, and I don't know if Lowe's decided not to cover them, knowing that the 21 and 22, 23 degrees were coming in the weather, but they're all looking kind of fried. But again, these bloom on new wood, so it does not matter. I can prune this back down to 12 to 18 inches, and it will give me new growth and hopefully new blooms. Same thing with this one. Again, fried, guys. Look at that. And I was so surprised there was still so many left over at the clearance, because I hadn't gone to Lowe's for a while, and then I show up and there are 5 Limelights there and nobody else grabbed them. Yeah, these are usually, let me see, $30. Yes, right here. These are usually $30. This is Limelight for $29.98. And of course, there's the marker right there. And these are zones 3 to 9. They need 6 hours of sun. They're great for cut flowers. And they bloom in the summer and the fall. And they are white blooming. Everybody loves Limelight based on what I've read and seen. People go nuts for Limelight, or hydrangeas such as Limelight, or named like that. But I actually like, and I guess because when I got interested in hydrangeas. I got drawn in by the purple and the blue, which is the macrophylla, hydrangeas, especially from Endless Summer. And the only reason I didn't have these was because they were quite expensive. I could never catch them on sale. These things are $40 and $50 online, and of course I'm not going to do that. So I was so happy to see that there were a bunch of limelight hydrangeas, guys, 5 of them. Now, the big question here is, where am I going to put these things? I am going to have to move around some stuff and try to find the best place for these that's not in the Georgia blazing sun around 3-4, but something where they get enough sun where they will perform, but just not in the blazing sun, even though they can take some heat. Georgia heat is another type of heat that you don't want to play around with when it comes to your plants. And if a plant can do quite well with just 6 hours, then I'll give it that. But I was so happy and so surprised to see that Limelight was on clearance. Now, they look rough. They really do. And to just, regular folks, they will just be like, oh my goodness, I'm not buying that plant, it's dead. But to us gardeners, we know that this is a gold mine to get this, because otherwise this would be over $100 and something for these 5 limelights. So I was so happy to see them. Now, all I'm going to do is pretty much just prune it back. You see how it was pruned apparently last year? So I'll cut it all the way back to here and get rid of this. This will bring back new growth, and on that new growth is where it will bloom. So again, I'm gonna keep an eye on these and keep you guys updated as to how these limelights. This is my first limelights in the yard. First ever, because I'm so into Endless Summer and all the purple. So this will be my very first panicle hydrangea in the yard. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Anyway, guys, that's really it. My 5 panicle hydrangeas that are all dried and looking zapped. My Autumn Majesty hydrangea. I'm sorry, not hydrangea. My Autumn Majesty Azalea. And then, of course, what I think is a autumn lily. And then my 2 Endless Summer Bloomstruck hydrangeas. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know how you're going with your clearance shopping. By now, guys, your Lowe's should have some decent shrubs, because we are at the end of the year. We're almost about to hit the 2nd week of December. So I would think that these stores will be trying to get rid of these plants. I went to Home Depot the other day and there was literally nothing there. It was just a bunch of Christmas trees and then some half dead shrubs that they're still trying to get you to buy. But there's really nothing at Home Depot to speak of at this particular moment. So I was so happy to get these from Lowe's. Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.